I'm extremely excited about this launch. And so this is how it works. If I go to my main product, and our product is not limited to ESG, it allows you to use AI to disrupt investing and trading. But I'm going to show you our dashboard. Now, we are not positioning ourselves to be a provider of ESG scores. Actually, we are creating a framework whereby financial institutions, consulting companies, corporates, and impact investors can create their own ESG scores for themselves, or they can resell those scores, etc., or combine with something else. So that's really where we are. So the dashboard I'm saying is really a sample of what we can do. We can do a lot, but I'm going to show you our dashboard and then show you how it's a framework whereby you can customize. So if I click here, it shows me the ESG dashboard. Let's go there. So you'll see it coming up. So this is our ESG dashboard, and you can see that uh, for a bunch of companies, the dashboard is produced. This dashboard is produced automatically right now every quarter, but it can be done every week, every day, because it's just a back-end job that uses our AI to produce these results. Okay. And you can see that the sample dashboard is for a set of global companies right now. It is aligned with in some sense, these keywords align with the global reporting initiative. So, but you can change those keywords. So there's a very high level of customization that you can do. And I'll start, we have like about 5 or 6 different ways that we can customize things. And I'll show you them hands-on, okay? So one thing we can do is, as you can see, we have E, S, and G scores, which results in a combined ESG score. And this is no different from the others. But what we can do here, the first level of customization, which is functional, is if I'm an ESG analyst, then I can go and change the weights for these companies. The current weights are set default based on the sectors. It's based on some analysis and some machine learning. What I can do here is I can click on this. I can change the weight of this one to say it was 20%. I make it 30%. It should total everything to 100. So let me just go and make this as 20. The governance is lower. I can confirm, and you can see that the score changed. I can go back and see my default weights, and then it goes back to it. So you can play around. The first dimension is that you can use your own breakup or the weights for E, S, and G to get your ESG score, while also sorting. You can sort on governance. So for example, okay, let's take Disney has a very high governance score. You can do all sorts of things here, sorting, analysis. So this is the dashboard. You can see it for different quarters. You can see it for different combinations, because all of this is generated using the public perception in social media and news. So you can give different weights to social media and news. So completely only on news. So I'll show you that as I step into my product. So this is the end result. And, it's a sample of, like, let's say 50 stocks, which we have now, but it can be much more. You can get the universe covered. Okay. And this can come out automatically every day, every month, every week, every quarter, whatever frequency you want. I'll show you the other customizations here. I look at the weights first. So I'm saying that these are the social media sources. So let me change it. I'll say 70% news. So because that's the one we use there. And let's say 30% Reddit. I do Blue Sky. I do a lot of things here, Edgar, etc. But I'm showing you a simplistic way. I'll save this. Okay. And I will have to change this to 0 because it should come to 100%. So this is one way of customizing that I can actually save, the weights. So what is the fidelity for each source? And I can customize that. Now, what I can do here is I can create a query. That's the most important thing. I'll show you that too. Hang on. Let me now set up the ESG mode for it. Okay. So this is how I set it to ESG. I should have said this before. Let me start a new query, and I'll set up for Disney. Let's say we want to do Disney, correct? So let's take a query, and change it to Disney. I'll run this query, and okay, I'll run this query, and you'll see what happens. So you can see here that the query now is going to give me the sentiment for the whole quarter for Disney. So it's pretty high. And this sentiment is then converted into separate. So this is for G. So you can see I'm looking for, as per the GRI standards in general, I'm looking for all of these keywords here. So I'm looking for keywords which are accounting to tax fraud to privacy. But I can add also, if I want to add a rule to this, I can go back and I can add my own keywords to it if you want. So if I go down here and I added a rule, I can go back and create, let's say, another keyword, and I can see the trending keywords there, and maybe I can use some of them. I mean, it might show me something, on the fire, so, or it might show me something on privacy here. So I can take anything and include it and run another query. So that's the beauty of the second level of customization is my query and the query keywords. I can use this for any kind of framework that I want to adopt to. I already showed you setting weights. The other good thing here is on news, I can run ESG sentiment on title or the text. Title is just a headline news. Sometimes that really causes a lot in your, that the newsmakers make that. So if I say title, you can see that the score changes. So I can get a high level of customization on the scores just like this. But what else does it show? It shows me at the bottom when I ran this query that it also shows me a correlation with the price, because oftentimes impact investors want a good score, but is it moving the market? Now, of course, there is no direct link because this is a long-term perspective. But you can, as an impact investor, look at how the price and the sentiment are varying. Look at all the articles here, which you're getting, and also look at all the articles here. And we can do one thing, you can download those articles and then you can pass it through AI, create your ESG reports, get your ESG intelligence. So all of that is possible. So that's really so you saw the customizations that you can do. The last customization that you can do is data quality, like I said. So for every news source, let's say here we're talking Reddit and news. So let me go to Reddit. We can look at boosting tweets that have a high level of credibility. That means the author of that tweet has a large number of followers, is probably an official user, has some high karma points, that's something in Reddit. And the usefulness is how many likes, how well is that tweet resonating. So you can do all this to amplify what is important and remove the noise. So that's again a customization that you can do by putting the filter. So this is really our exciting framework that you can get a lot of value for. And like I said, the dashboard, the idea here is that you can create your own ESG scores. So it's meant for financial institutions, consultants, corporates, and impact investors. So that's really about one part.